Hi, this is a presentation on leadership skills, that is to say, organizational leadership skills. I'm Reggie York. At the end of this presentation, you should be able to define the concept of leadership skill and distinguish it from the concept of leader traits. What's the difference between a trait and a skill? Number two, explain the three skill model of leadership and identify your own strengths in this regard. Number three, identify which of the three skills are more important at different levels in the organizational hierarchy. Number four, explain the concept of transformational leadership and its relationship to organizational resilience in times of crisis. So, first of all, let's look at the question, what is an organizational leadership skill? It is an ability to engage in behaviors that have a positive influence on the achievement of an organizational goal. If you have the skill, then you can improve the achievement of the organizational goal. An example is the ability to effectively communicate with others. If you're a good communicator, you will be able to influence the outcome of the organization and its performance as an organization. Another example is the ability to effectively coordinate the activities of a work team. So we're talking here about some fundamental skills of leadership. Although related, leadership traits, the subject of another presentation in this course, is different from leadership skills. The traits are things that sort of characterize your personality in various ways. Skills are things you do in regard to a particular endeavor. Self-confidence is a trait. So is being dependable. Both are related to personality. A skill is about one's ability as related to accomplishments. What do you do and how successful is that? This three-skill approach we're going to talk about. There are a lot of different perspectives on leadership skills. I'm just using one that's a very old one, but I think it does a fundamentally good job of characterizing skill in a broad sense. This was developed by Katz many years ago. These skills are technical, human, and conceptual. Here are technical skills: knowledge about and proficiency in a particular type of work. How much do you know about the job you're supposed to be doing? And how much experience do you have to do it the proper way? In a computer job, you might need to have skills in writing computer programs. In the clinical social work job, you need skill in the implementation of a model of treatment or skill in developing a good therapeutic relationship with a client, and so forth. In Child Protective Service, you need understanding of the laws about child abuse. Understanding those laws help you know what to do and what not to do. Human skill, another category. This is the ability to work with people. It depends upon empathy and other aspects of social intelligence, like being able to appreciate the views of others. Empathy is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, understanding things from that person's perspective, appreciating it, respecting it, and so forth. Conceptual skills. These refer to the ability to work with ideas and concepts. Whereas technical skills refer to things and human skills refer to people, conceptual skills refer to ideas. How good are you at conceptualizing and seeing where different things fit conceptually? This is central to creating a vision or a strategic plan for the organization. Let's talk a little bit about skills and levels in the organizational hierarchy. By organizational hierarchy, I'm meaning, are you the top dog, the executive? Or are you a major program manager of some kind? Are you a supervisor within a program? Are you a direct practice social worker, or what? That's a hierarchy I'm talking about. Is it more important to have one of these skills at the top of the chart of a complex human service organization? Is it more important to have one of these skills at lower levels in the hierarchy? Think about that for a moment. Hit the pause button, think about it, and then we'll talk about that. Okay, well, the research has shown that the conceptual skills are more important at the highest levels of the organization. You better have good conceptual skills and seeing how different things in a complex organization fit together. Technical skills are more important at the lower level of the organization, where specific kinds of things are being done. So you, of course, need to have knowledge of, for example, child abuse laws. If you're the person investigating a child abuse complaint, you need to understand those laws, perhaps better than the executive needs to understand them. Human skills, however, are rather equally important in different levels in the organization. So conceptual skills at the top, technical skills at the bottom, and human service skills are important throughout. What is the category of each of these? I enjoy getting into the details of how things work. What's the category? Technical skills, yes. As a rule, adapting ideas to people's needs is easy for me. Human ones. How about this one? I enjoy working with abstract ideas. So that's a conceptual skill, of course. So you got technical, human, and conceptual there. What category of leadership skill is your greatest strength? What do you most need to improve? Think about both of those. Of those kinds of skills, technical, human, and conceptual, what are ones that are your greatest strengths and which are ones that you most need to improve? I suggest you have a discussion with that in class or with your colleagues to get some ideas about what you might want to do to improve your own leadership skills. Let's talk briefly about transformational leadership and resilience in the organization. Transformational leadership has been found to be important for the modern organization, especially when it is facing a major crisis of some kind. Transformational leadership is critical. Resilience is an important variable in helping the organization deal with a major crisis. So let's look at each of these concepts. What is resilience? Resilience is the maintenance of positive adjustments under challenging circumstances. Can you adjust to the challenge? Or do you go loony about it? Do you adjust? Or do you stay rigid and not understand the challenges or appreciate the challenges? Which one are you? So resilience means being able to make those kinds of adjustments. It relies on a psychological sense of mastery and self-efficacy, as well as the ability to call upon critical resources. Self-efficacy, by the way, is a sort of a kind of self-confidence, but self-efficacy is usually used when the self-confident thing you're talking about is a particular skill. So do you feel confident in those skills you have? Resilient people cope and develop new capacities. This is an important concept in human services. Resilience is the ability to rebound strengthened with new resources, new abilities, and so forth. What is transformational leadership? Let's talk about that briefly. Transformational leadership is the ability to exert positive influence upon organizational performance in regard to innovations and reactions to special challenges. So if you have the ability to exert positive influence under these conditions, you have what is referred to as transformational leadership. The transformational leader articulates a compelling vision for the future. This leader inspires others, stimulates intellectual thought, and develops positive relations with others. So these are the kinds of things that make someone a transformational leadership. It's articulating a vision, inspiring others, stimulating thought, rather than simply preaching what should be, but stimulates thoughts and involves people and inspires people and so forth, and develops positive relations with others. That is what transformational leadership is all about. A study of healthcare leaders found the most important skills were This is just one study. I just wanted to share it with you. Flexibility, emotional intelligence, inclusivity, and patient focus. Those are things that came out of this particular study showing that what's most important for the leader in the healthcare situation. So look at each of these: flexibility, not rigidity; emotional intelligence, which refers to your ability to perceive where a person is coming from and what motivates them and so forth. You have to have a certain amount of empathy, I think, to be emotionally intelligent. Inclusivity is important too. Do you include people or find yourself a little small group to work on the problem and leave everybody out? That's not good. Patient focus. Do you have your eyes on the prize, so to speak, the thing you're trying to accomplish, the mission? Shared leadership. A study found that shared leadership promotes better team performance. It's also found that leaders were best when they communicated an accurate picture of the team, they set clear performance goals, they effectively coordinated team activities, and they established norms for conflict resolution. So each of these kinds of things are important. Do you communicate an accurate picture of the team? Performance goals, of course, are important. Communication is critical in so many ways of organizational life. And of course, being able to resolve conflicts. Well, I have here a list of references. I won't go over them, but you can look them up as you would like. And this is the end of my presentation. I hope it was helpful for you.